Looking at so many name not mitzvah here this morning, it reminded me of a story that I heard many years ago. And it was this bar mitzvah celebration, happened at the synagogue. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. The bar mitzvah was wearing this beautiful talit that it was a present from his family, and he was so proud to wear it for his bar mitzvah, to the point that during his bar mitzvah speech, he made a pledge that he was going to wear that talit, that same talit every day, to pray to God and to bring that talit every Saturday to the synagogue for prayers. Immediately after the service, everybody was invited to the house of the bar mitzvah family for a kiddush celebration, and the rabbi, of course, was invited as well. During that celebration, parents were so happy. They put the best china, the best silverware, including one very special silver spoon that belonged to the family for generations. And they used that for that bar mitzvah meal after the ceremony. And after a little bit, the rabbi excused himself and he left. Now the problem is the parents realized right away that that silver spoon was missing. And people started to say that they saw that the only one that was playing with that spoon was the rabbi. And the spoon is missing. And nobody wanted to actually go ask the rabbi if he saw the spoon, right? It was kind of an embarrassing situation. The party was over and the spoon was missing. And it was always that thought in the family that perhaps the rabbi took the spoon with him. Well, time passed. 25 years later, that bar mitzvah student, grown-up man now, he was in Israel, touring. And who did he see there in Israel? Oh, coincidence. The rabbi who prepared him for bar mitzvah. And they say, hello, how are you doing? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And now, this bar mitzvah boy, now a man, finally asked the question to the rabbi. He said, Rabbi, do you remember my bar mitzvah celebration? He said, yes, I do. Oh, do you remember the silver spoon? Yes, I do. So, do you know what happened with that spoon? I said, you never found it? I said, no. I said, where is it? Well, I put it in a place that I was sure that you will find it right away. Where did you put it? In your talit bag. You're getting it, one after the other. It's like a domino effect now. They're getting the joke. Let me explain it just in case he never uses talit again. Now you got it. It is actually funny. Okay, I want to talk to you today about a family affair. A family affair. That's the title of this sermon. And yeah, this is an amazing opportunity also, again, to welcome all the name not mitzvah that they had celebration during these past 2 years with all the restrictions and everything. So I realized that you didn't have the opportunity to receive the big mazel tov from the entire congregation. So this is the chance that I promised you at the beginning, where we're all going to have the opportunity to wish them mazel tov. So I'm going to count 3, or we're going to say it out loud. Okay, you can even look around to see if you see a bar bat mitzvah. You will say mazel tov. 1, 2, 3, mazel tov. You see, it's the same. You need the congregation. You need the community. You need the community to say the mazel tov, and then it feels like a bar or bat mitzvah. Now, this is, as I said, it's an amazing opportunity, but it's also interesting that it's coming the day after Remembrance Day. I don't know, I was thinking about this. It's like so many it's a different feeling. I came here yesterday morning, I led the service, Remembrance Day, we did it together with Leon, and remembering all the heroes who gave their lives so we can have freedom here in Canada. And we were praising them for how they didn't turn their backs to the responsibilities or duties of their generation, They knew what they're supposed to do, and they did it. So we could have it easier in this generation. And it's an amazing thing that we can recognize that. Somehow it reminded me to what happened in Israel, that we have Yom HaZikaron, and immediately after Yom HaAtzmaut. Yom HaZikaron is a sad day, and immediately after, the day after, is Yom HaAtzmaut, Independence Day, and it's a big celebration. And I was looking around, and for some reason I had a deja vu to that. Yesterday, a sad day, a day of reflection, and today we are celebrating. But I realized that also they are the two connected. Yesterday, we got inspired for people who look around and they knew what they're supposed to do. They knew their duties. And today, I know it's a different level, but it's also an opportunity for each one of us to realize our responsibilities and duties for our own generations. Every generation will have different responsibilities and different duties. Sometimes the duty doesn't mean that you have to put your life at risk. Sometimes your duties is to look around and to say, what can I do to make from this world a better world? And that same concept of duties and responsibilities, I realize, applied to the Jewish world. We inherited the beautiful tradition of our ancestors. And we have the duty and responsibility to keep that alive and to do whatever we can to make the Jewish ideal alive and available for also the next generation. So I realize that when you become bar or bat mitzvah, that name, bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, the son or daughter of the commandments, implies that you are aware of your obligations and expectations. So I realize also that when you are aware of your obligation and expectations, the source of inspiration to achieve those goals comes from the Torah. The Torah is not the ABC of our Jewish life. It's the A to Z of the Jewish life. I know, in America sounds better, ABC, A to Z. But we're in Canada, so I had to improvise. So, meaning that the Torah is everything for the Jew. The Torah is not the spark that starts the engine of the car. The Torah is the day-to-day fuel that it keep it going. The Torah is not just the starting point of the journey. The Torah is the whole road from beginning to end. And that means that all of you need Torah right now, the same way that we need Torah right now. We all need Torah at every moment of our lives. And that's why I would like to share with you something from this week's Parsha, that it will show you how we can get inspired from the Torah every day of our lives, and how we can find in the Torah the wisdom we need to succeed in achieving our goals in this life. So let me tell you what happened. This week's Parsha, we see that 3 strangers come to visit Abraham. And Abraham, of course, welcomed them into their homes. And it was amazing the way Abraham welcomed them into his home. What did he do? He ran, talked to Sarah, his wife, and said, Sarah, quickly, please make some bread for our guest. Immediately after, he goes see Ishmael, his son, and said, please, take a calf and cook it for our guest. Immediately after, Abraham himself went to set up the table for his guest. And it was something amazing. And how Abraham fulfilled the mitzvah of hospitality, but he did something amazing. He didn't do it alone. He involved his entire family. Why is this so important? Because immediately after, we see that this strangers, but actually they were angels, continued their journey, and they went to Sodom to visit Lot, Abraham's nephew. Lot was also at the gate of the city, and immediately, as soon as he saw these strangers, he invited them into his home. And he also offered them something to eat and something to drink. But the rabbis noted something very interesting. Where in this world was Lot's family? Lot and Abraham both did the same thing. But Abraham involved his entire family. Lot was alone. Lot, he had a good heart. He got good intention. But he was alone. And what happened is, we didn't become Bnei Lot. We are not descendants of Lot. We are descendants of Abraham. Why? Because when you are a Jew in isolation, the way Lot was, it will be good for you, people around you, but there is no future. There is no next generation. But when you are able to do it not just by yourself, but by involving your entire family, that is will create a next generation learning from you, and hopefully at the same time teaching it to the next one. So that's why when I see so many of you, so many Bnei, not mitzvah, that they are just starting the journey, I wanted to let you know that the Torah is encouraging you to become better Jews, but not just for you. It's something that hopefully will happen as a family. But I realize that when the Torah talks about family, it's not literally talking about family, it's talking about not doing it alone. And that's when the synagogue becomes so important, because this is the place when you can feel that you can do something for the Jewish people and you are not alone. There are many other people like you that they're in the same boat and they want to do the same thing. So the Torah is encouraging us to keep that spark burning by bringing it to the synagogue and by connecting with other people like you that they want to do something. Because the only way we have to keep that flame is if we do it together. Doing it alone, short-lived. Doing it together, it stays forever. So thank you so much, all of you who came today. And you can feel how when we connect with each other, we can take everything to the next level. And believe me, when we read Torah, we're saying it's good. It's good, but when you do it, it's even better. Because we are doing it all together. So let's get inspired by the Torah, and let's transform Judaism into a family affair. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.